Welcome, everybody, to Pasadena and the majestic Rose Bowl, one of the unique settings in all of sport. This year's Rose Bowl, presented by Prudential, is a crucial part of the college football playoff. We've reached the semifinal stage, one last hurdle to clear before the national championship game. We'll find out here today which side has the toughness and the depth to keep driving toward that ultimate goal, the chance to raise that gold trophy over their heads. As we'll see the third seed in this playoff, the Texas Longhorns, taking on the number 2 seed in the playoff, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined by Kirk Herbstreit. It's been a tremendous college football playoff so far, and it's down to this, the semifinals. Which team will head on to the national championship game? Kickoff team out there. We are about to get cranked up with a semifinal collision. Texas. And the returner elects to fair catch it, no return. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. They're going to run it here. It's good for a 3-yard gain, so 2nd and 7.
With the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Getting set. It's 2nd down. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Bringing pressure. He gets loose, able to pick up a solid gain there on the scramble. You need a yard here in 3rd down to keep this opening drive going. Looking to pick up the 1st down through the air. And that pass rush has trapped him. It's a sack.
This is exactly how you can slow down the momentum and a rhythm of an offense. You got to get some tackles for a loss and some sacks. This time, they come up with a sack by getting after that quarterback.
The Cornhuskers will line up to punt it away. He's got an opening. Watch out. He's got great speed. He's brought down, but a good effort to make something of that return. 1st down here for this offense. Looking out throwing here to start the drive. They've got him. Defense comes up with a sack.
Chris, this is what I love about the legacy of the Nebraska linebacker is the ability to get after the quarterback like this. I mean, think about some of the guys that you and I have had a chance to watch wear that uniform. Back in the old days, it was that half jersey, right? Guys like Trev Alberts and Broderick Thomas and Terrell Farley in the mid-90s on that national championship team. And Levante David, who's a great pro, but got it all started right there in Lincoln.
Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. Pressure coming, and they've got him again.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, Chris. Is people like to say this is an obvious passing situation. It's really hard to vary things up and confuse the defense. This time, the defensive line just came right in, expecting the pass, and blew up the play.
Now in 3rd and very long, looking to throw. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
I see what the quarterback's trying to do here. He's holding on to that football to the last possible second to give that play a chance. But he held it just a little bit too long. And the defense is able to hit him to force that incompletion.
So on their first drive of the game, they'll go for it in their own territory. And he's throwing for it on fourth down. And he's brought down. A sack will end this drive. Huge play here by the defense.
Now, the quarterback's got to get the ball out of his hands. He had a lot of time back there in the pocket, looking over the field, desperately trying to find an open receiver. Nobody's open, but he still has got to take off and try to make a play. Instead, he's sacked, and it's a turnover on downs.
And they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Important second down play coming up. Quick throw to the left. Oh, it's incomplete. That's a good job of the defender to break that up.
This quarterback's got to be so frustrated. He's got an open receiver. He makes a good throw with a good route from his intended target, but this defensive back makes a heck of a play on the ball and knocks it away.
Now it's third and short from the 21. Defense trying to make a stand here and prevent a touchdown. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Pass caught, can he get in? And he steps out of bounds just short of the end zone.
Well, you talk about a huge conversion. That's third and long. It doesn't matter for these guys. They just keep going about their business. Great connection between this quarterback and receiver on that one. And now they're in business.
The Cornhuskers will line up now. It's first and goal. First and goal, handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Second down and goal, upcoming. Snags the quick throw. And he scores! Touchdown, Nebraska. Well, they began with great field position, and that didn't take long at all, Kurt.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an opportunity. Your defense sets you up in great field position. You're not looking for a field goal. You're looking for a touchdown. Give the credit to this offense for being aggressive and punching it in.
And he knocks through the PAT. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. Fielded near the end line. He's going to come out with it. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. The last possession, they came up empty, went for it on fourth down in their end and got stopped. There's the handoff. Finding some room with the 25. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down.
How about setting the edge there on the right side of that offensive line? I wouldn't be surprised if they keep going back to the well, pounding it behind that right guard and right tackle and tight end, seeing what additional damage they can do.
Ball moves to the 37 on the gain. It's first down. Here's the handoff. The sophomore with a strong tackle there.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on first down.
Second down play coming up. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Catch made on the right side. There's the tackle, but first down yardage.
Well, it's so easy to get caught up in the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. Forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
Longhorns will have first and 10 here. They'll try the ground game here with the running back.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Second down, we're going to throw it. Gets the ball off as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense has been incredible all year long, and they continue to be that way in the postseason. Just getting after this offense, whether it's putting pressure on the quarterback, great coverage downfield. Right now, they are dominating this game.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. Third and long. Dropping back, we're going to throw for the first down. And he'll loft it to the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. The would-be touchdown could not come up with the football. Now it's fourth down.
It has been a tough first half in this playoff game for this offense. They cannot get anything going through the air. Not only are they down the scoreboard, but there's really nothing to build around as we get ready to go into the second half.
Quick throw to the left side. Finds his man, has the first down. They've got him, but they convert on fourth down, and the drive keeps going.
Well, the defense is in the right coverage here. Looked like they have exactly what they wanted to be able to come up with a stop here on fourth down. But there's the timing between a quarterback and a receiver. They knew exactly where they needed to go. Great timing and a first down.
So here comes second down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw it. Cannot escape that ferocious pass rush. It's a sack.
I can't believe the amount of pressure this defense is getting on this quarterback. Sack after sack. Well, you got to think about changing things up. The snap count, the scheme, anything at all to help this offensive line. They're overmatched so far in this game.
And he'll drop back here on third down. Good as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over, and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on fourth down.
The decision is not to go for it on fourth down. Here comes the field goal team. The kick is good. Offense collects 3 points on the drive. So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
And the return man decides to signal fair catch. Here comes the Nebraska offense back out on the field. Remember, last time they scored a touchdown. Can they keep clicking here, or will the defense come up with a stop? And he's brought down after a short gain. Does not make the first down yardage. Second down after that run on the previous play. And the quarterback dropping back. Pulls it in. It's Miles. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
Hey, it's a gain, but you get the sense that this offense wanted a little bit more from that play.
Quarterback operating an empty set. Quarterback in the shotgun here on third down. And the senior making a disruptive impact play.
Boy, this offensive line is so caught up in making sure that they're accounting for the defensive line. Nobody sees the inside linebacker. He comes home on a blitz and gets the sack.
And at fourth down, they'll punt it away here. This will be touchdown just inside the 40. This should be the last play of the quarter. Offense will keep it on the ground here. Fights through the tackler. The defense able to bring him down to wrap up the first period of play. offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. Has the first down, still on the move. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
So the ball placed right at midfield as the offense starts with a 1st and 10. Quarterback drops back. He's running out of time here. And that's incomplete. Even on a 1st down pass attempt, he felt heavy pressure.
I mean, this defense is having their way with this offensive line. That poor quarterback doesn't have a chance. Every time he drops back to throw, he's getting ear-hole. You better make some adjustments up front to give your poor quarterback a chance.
Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Using his legs on the scramble. He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, of which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
It's a short completion to the big tight end. They make the tackle, but the game moves the ball to the 28.
Chris, we get so caught up in these wide receivers and their playmaking ability of getting them the ball in space. And the defense has to pay attention to them. Often too much attention opens up an underneath drag route like this, and quarterback makes a good read. Nice first down.
Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down.
Well, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces a defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense, and they better defend this style of playing moving forward.
And they wrap him up, but the gain is good enough for a first down.
Well, this is great execution here on this screenplay to the running back to pick up big yards in the in a process, Chris, they send a message to the defense. You can rush our quarterback all you want, but when you do, you better be careful because we're going to throw the screen on you.
They're moving the receiver now before the snap. And on the carry, he's heading left. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Well, they don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
The defense able to stop him at the 2.
Coaches told us in the pregame production meetings they love this back's mixture of speed and power. We know about the speed, but he also showed the ability to break tackles on that run.
Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
It is tough to run the football inside this 5-yard line. Give all the credit to that defensive line, eating up those linemen, allowing the rest of the defense to fly to the football for that short loss.
They've converted 1 of their 2 4th down attempts. So far, looks like we're going to get a 3rd attempt right here. Offense looking to throw the ball. Quarterback escapes the pocket. And he's brought down, a sack for the defense coming up big on this 4th down play.
Love the aggressive nature here by this defense on this 4th down. The offense is going for it, and instead of sitting back, they decide to attack that offensive front. They get after them with a lot of bodies, and they're able to come up with that sack.
Here comes a handoff. The gain is 3. Now it's 2nd down and 7.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Jukes to get free. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
First down, looking to throw the ball. Quarterback on the move, trying to make something happen. And a nice gain there in the scramble. He saw an opening and tried to get there with his legs. The Huskers will come to the line to run the hurry-up. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. He's stopped, but he gets a first down.
That is a first down. Good job by this big offensive line and this running back to be able to pick up positive yards. How often have we said that over the years with backs and offensive line play from Nebraska?
And the Huskers will try to keep this drive moving. They'll switch it up here, looking to throw. Looking right, this one caught. And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion.
Man-to-man coverage, you run the drag route, you prefer to get the ball downfield, but the matchup called for at least some positive yards underneath, and he makes a nice throw.
Pressure is coming. He's hit right as he throws it. Incomplete.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
Third down here. Time for perhaps one more play before the 2-minute warning. On third down, he drops to throw. He makes the grab. The game picks up the first down, tackled at the 37. And the clock stops now for the 2-minute warning. A chance to strategize here before we reach halftime. The Cornhuskers lining up here on 1st and 10. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. It's an out route, the catch made, and a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Man, Chris, everything seems to be clicking for this offense. And if they can keep this up through all 4 quarters, it could get really ugly by the 4th.
Looking to chuck it again. Fires it to the wideout. Finds a man downfield. It's a big gain to the right. Touchdown, Huskers. This quarterback on fire today.
Chris, the timing between the quarterback and the receiver here is exceptional. Great route here to sell that post to the inside and then break it off to the corner. And the quarterback anticipates it well, puts it on the money for that touchdown.
They'll try to add to the lead now in PAT. The PAT is good, so it's a 14-3 lead. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. Return starts from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. The Longhorns offense takes the field. Not a whole lot of time remaining before halftime. They cut into this lead. Running out of time in the pocket. Quick throw complete to the tight end. Runner scoots out of bounds after gaining decent yards. The completion makes it 2nd down. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. The ball is loose.
Well, it's a good job by the defense to force the fumble, but you have to have the collective awareness for someone to get on top of it. It's a lucky break for the offense.
Defense is coming after him.
If I'm on this offensive line, man, I would not want to look at the game film after their performance today. It's almost like they've been moonwalking backwards the entire game, getting pushed all around by this defensive front. Chris, they've already given up 6 sacks alone in this game.
Caught quickly. Brought down for a loss after the completion. Not what they were looking for.
Just a really good job by the corner here, recognizing this wide receiver screen. Because he was so quick to react, when the receiver makes the catch, he's right there to make that tackle.
Defense stops him short of the marker, so now it's 4th down. And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here. Check this out. The offense still on the field, going for it inside their own 30. 4th down. He's throwing for it. Fires it to the wideout. It's incomplete. The defense makes a big 4th down stop.
Chris, what a great job here by this defense on this 4th down play. They knew exactly where to come up with that stop to get the turnover on downs, and they did it.
And Nebraska's offense is back out on the field. The last possession, they really had the passing game clicking, moving right down the field for a touchdown. And they'll tackle him for a loss of 5 yards.
Well, the quarterback does everything right except pitch the football. The defensive end's going to take him, which is great. That's what you want. But you got to get that ball out quicker to not allow that defensive end to make that play.
Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Looking for the wideout. And it's incomplete on the overthrow. Just too much on that ball.
That ball just seemed to sail on it. You got to make sure to give your receiver a chance to be able to come down with a catch and bounce, because in today's game, man, these receivers make catches like this all the time. And if you put the ball out of bounds, you're not going to give them that opportunity.
That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. He stopped short of the marker, so it's 4th down now. Timeout is called to Duck strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
They're going for it, but the offense needs 13 yards on this 4th down. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Great defensive play on 4th down.
This is the chance you take here as an offensive coordinator and a play caller. You go for it here. You draw it up perfectly. You think this is the right play, and then the execution is not there. So the defense catches a break, and they get the ball back to their own offense.
Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. Let's see what they do here in the final minute of the half. Try to get aggressive and cut into this lead, or play it safe. Looking to throw it on 1st down. Lets it go quickly. Finds a man to the left. Big catch downfield. He's marked out of bounds after an excellent game, but there is a flag on the field. This one might be coming back. 1st down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Receiver in motion now. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Receiver makes the grab. Brought down at the 7, but the completion moves him closer to the goal line. Offense stops the clock with their 2nd timeout to talk strategy.
Boy, another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show how dangerous he is when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator's got to change up his looks, maybe bring in the blitz, anything they can do to get this quarterback out of this rhythm.
Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Caught near the goal line. Brought down at the 2 after the catch. The offense close to punching it in. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play. The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. Makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns. Now they line up to kick the extra point. The extra point is good. They draw within 4 at 14-10. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. And the fair catch signaled for and taken. Final 9 seconds of the half as they line up here on 1st and 10. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Going for a big play downfield. And the pass is incomplete. We're down to just 4 seconds remaining.
Well, it's an incompletion here, and I bet this secondary is going to play a little bit deeper just to make sure they don't get hit on any deep throws later in this game.
This will likely be the last play of the half. They look to throw it here on 2nd down. And the pass falls incomplete in the final play of this first half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. The Cornhuskers will kick this away to begin the second half. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Longhorns offense takes the field. And they'll start the 3rd quarter here on the ground. Powerful running here. Breaks one tackle, gets brought down, but picks up some decent yardage.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on 1st down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
He picks up the 1st down, but gets drilled on the tackle.
Chris, this is a great game, but I'm always so impressed with the offensive line because they sell this as much as anything. The quarterback's making the read, trying to figure out if the defense is committed to the run or the pass, and then he's going to go the other direction. He makes the right throw here out to the flat to the right, but the offensive line showing the defense it's a run look is what opens this up eventually for a nice game.
2nd down play coming up for this offense. Motion by the back will make the defense adjust. Off the RPO, caught to the right. Showed off the stiff arm, but nowhere to go. He's held to a short gain.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
So the ball at midfield, now the offense facing a 3rd and long. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. The game picks up the 1st down, tackled at the 37.
I love this unconventional call by the offensive coordinator. 3rd and medium, a lot of times you're thinking about throwing the football, but instead they're able to run the ball with great execution, and they pick up the 1st down.
Off the play fake, looking to throw on 1st down. Lets it fly to the wide out. And he finds a wide open receiver. They forgot about him downfield. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal yardage to the 9.
You talk about balance as a play caller. I don't know if it gets much better than what this offense is doing. 3 runs, 3 passes, and all 3 passes have been completions. And now it's 1st and goal.
Here's the handoff on 1st and goal. Bulldozing his way through those tackles. Couldn't quite get there, brought down at the 2.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here, and he's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
2nd down and goal. On the ground, trying to punch it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas. And they will claim the 2nd half lead. But they'll try to add the lead now with the PAT. PAT puts them up 3. Getting set to kick the ball off now. He's going to return it from near the goal line. Well, he's got a crease here. Look out. And they'll be tackled after a solid effort on that return. And Nebraska's offense is back out on the field. There's a design quarterback keeper. And the runner brought down right at the 38-yard line.
Man, when your quarterback can run the football like this, it puts so much pressure on the defense. The defense coordinator spent all week preparing his unit to be able to stop this offense. But when this quarterback's able to pull it down and pick up yards like that, it's an extra headache for the defense to have to deal with.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Flips it to the running back, but he's got work to do. The Huskers hustle to the line to run the hurry up. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. A pop pass on the jet sweep. They've got him, but he easily makes the first down, and this drive keeps going.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
On the ground, it's Miles. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up. The back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on first down.
And there's the handoff. Finding space at the 20. Takes a big shot there from the defense, but moves the sticks. First down.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of it.
He's got it right near the end zone. Tackle at the 2 after the completion. The defense really up against it now.
Chris, how about the offensive balance these last couple of plays we're seeing from these guys? Not only are they balanced, but the explosiveness. A big run followed up by a big play through the air, man, puts a lot of pressure on this defense.
And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. Couldn't quite get in, but they're knocking on the door at the 1.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You've got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
Second and goal for the offense. And the quarterback just sneaks it. I don't think he got in. The big guys up front just walling him off. It's a good battle down near the goal line. Third down and goal for the 1. On the ground, trying to muscle it across the line. He powers into the end zone. Touchdown, Cornhuskers.
Well, when you have a big physical offensive line, you can wait to third and goal and rely on them and the running back to get you a touchdown.
The extra point is good. The lead is now 4, 21-17. Now they get set to kick it away. And the returner decides to signal fair catch. Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. They punched it in the last possession. Can they do it again, or will this defense make some adjustments to get a stop? Ball handed off. Just runs through a man. A mismatch. They stop him out at the 42. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield. The Longhorns looking to crank up the tempo a bit. Oh, it's a reverse. A solid 8-yard gain brings up a 2nd and 2.
Hey, I'm a fan of any time you can get the ball into his hands, I think it's a win. Didn't go for a huge amount of yards, but it's the threat of what it potentially can do, and it gives him another opportunity to get his hands on the football.
Good enough for first down yardage.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
And looking to throw now on first down. He's moving out of the pocket. Nobody open downfield. He just throws it away.
Man, I like this play. Not only is it the right play, throwing it away like that, but given that he had no other option, he just did what he's supposed to do to survive and get ready for this next down.
Incompletion sets up a second down. They'll try the right here. Makes the catch, but the defense breaks in the ball, and it's a short gain. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. Finds room at the 30. After second effort, he's brought down, but is past the marker. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Longhorns come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. On first down, they'll keep the running game churning. Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. He's moving out of the pocket. On the move, trying to scramble for the first down, comes up short. Here we go, third down. Defense needs a stop here, trying to force a field goal attempt. Can he get there on the ground? Touchdown, Longhorns. And they take the lead in the fourth quarter. And now the important PAT to make it a 3-point lead. Kick is up and good. They go up by 3 here in the fourth quarter. Can they hang on? Kickoff team's on the field. See if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. And the deep kick will sail out the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Nebraska offense back out on the field. A beautiful, balanced drive reached the end zone last time. Can they keep it going here? We'll hand it off. They bring him down to the 32-yard line.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice, solid gain.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Looking for a gap. It's Miles. They stop him out at the 42. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield.
It was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
It's a solid run, gives the offense a first down and a new set of downs. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Looking to scramble. And he's looking to make a big play downfield. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete.
You know, I like the quarterback's patience here, and instead of trying to force the issue and squeeze the ball into coverage, he just decides to just basically throw it away and live for the next down.
Offense getting set, second down play here. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. And the freshman brings him down quickly. Challenging play for the offense. They face 3rd and long here from their own 43. Dropping back. Looking to throw for the first down. Looking to set up a screen pass here. Defense finally brings him down, but a nice chunk play.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
And the Huskers pick up enough yardage to move the sticks. One man at the backfield, and he'll get the football. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen.
Down he goes, a sack.
Nothing is more gratifying for a defense to be able to sit back and play zone and still get pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front.
The important play right here. Close game, 4th quarter, 3rd and long. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. There's a screen pass to the running back.
You just got to give the offense some credit here. Yeah, it's going to be 4th down, but at least they've given themselves a chance here with such positive yards on that 3rd down play. Now they've got to make a decision.
So here we go. Down 1 score. They're going to go for it on 4th down. From the shotgun, drops back. And the pass is incomplete. That's a big stop for this defense on 4th down.
Oh, so close to coming up with that conversion here on 4th down in the 4th quarter. Close football game. Now you got to rely on your own defense to come up with a stop and hope you get one more chance.
And the Longhorns offense takes the field. The last drive, the ground game was so successful. Ended in a touchdown. We'll see if the defense can respond to it this time. And the runner brought down after just a short game.
Chris, good job here on that stop, but remember the ball is inbounds and the clock keeps moving here late in the game and you're trailing. As a defense, you got to start thinking about utilizing those timeouts. You got all 3 to use. At what point are you going to start putting those into play?
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Looks right for a quick completion. He's brought down, but a solid gain moves the ball across midfield to the 41.
Well, I think the offense lulled the defense to sleep here. You think that they're just working the clock here and running the football, and then they throw and surprise you and get some positive yards downfield just to keep this defense honest.
They'll work the clock here with the running game. And he's swallowed up at the line. Could not get past that big defensive tackle.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
Pre-snap motion from the offense. Keeping it on the ground here. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Smart play to keep it on the ground to try to keep that clock moving, but there's still a lot of work here on 3rd down for this offense with the lead. Face it, you got one of the best quarterbacks in the country. Put the ball in his hands and work his magic.
So 2 runs produce nothing, and now it's 3rd and 10. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Picks up about 3 yards there, but it's going to be 4th down. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Rolling the dice a bit, up 1 possession and going for it on 4th down. Looking to throw for the first down. Tries to get it to the running back. Pass is incomplete, but a penalty marker on the play that should result in a first down. So 1st and 10, that's a costly mistake for the defense on 4th down. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. They get him down, but that's a solid gain. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Here's the 2nd down play. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. The defense stops him short of the marker, so it's 4th down coming up. The Longhorns will come to the line on 4th down, hoping to keep this drive going. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. The Longhorns are moving quickly down the field.
What a job by this offense. Risky call on 4th down, but they come up with the conversion. And as an offense, you got to feel a lot better after that one. Soon they can think about putting this one away. And a few more runs like this on early downs will help their cause.
Well, that's a great performance in a pressure moment, but now the job gets even more exciting, even bigger as they go on to the national championship game and play for that trophy.
And this isn't